Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me Matt, where we be free on Essence Steelworks again. Made for Spearhead and Vikinger. It's a victory point match again, but with 1000 points. This could be a very lengthy one, potentially. Let's go through the players. It's on the Western Front. Representing the Allies today, we have Player, very simple name, as Ranger Company, Spirit of the Gates. We have Executor. Executor? Oh, I get it. Executor. Okay, yeah. Without a command choice yet. And finally, we have Kuta, also the United States without a command. They're not really moving, though. Well, Kuta's not moving, which could be a problem. Hopefully, they're just having trouble loading in, which I've seen some people do have. Representing the Axis today, we have Combine Soldier with Fallschirmjäger Division for the Wehrmacht. We have Mr. Koala Bear, also as the Wehrmacht without a command choice. And finally, we have Noaf as propaganda tactics for the Waffen-SS. We see how they spread out. Currently, the Germans are just going to be securing their main frontline regions. So far, they have no cut-off points being captured, though, which could be a problem. Americans starting to move up. Looks like both Americans are finally present. You have Airborne on the northern flank going straight off for just Airborne troops. Ooh, that's going to be fascinating. United States Airborne are pretty damn good infantry, but very costly. Oh, double Fallschirm Pioneers here for Luftwaffe. Interesting. A bit of a shame that the Airborne forces are not really mirroring each other. They're just on opposite sides here. This should be interesting. Oh, first shots are fired. Looks like it was in the center here. Pioneers pushing back the echelon. We also have a command choice. Looks like it's Panzer Division. Ooh, Panzer Division is always a pretty deep choice. Double Pioneers. Fascinating. What are they going at with this, I wonder? The Germans are going for one of the victory points early, evidently. The Pioneer sitting up behind this turned over car. But Pioneers probably needs to get behind cover like a distractor back here could work. Germans are securing the northern flank here with several Volkssturm arriving here. Several Volkssturm. A lot of movement for the Americans yet, but the Airborne are starting to show up. Will certainly be a problem and a factor. One flash inside the building force the Americans out. These folks gonna just need to be cautious where they move. Especially with all the Americans nearby. Folks Grenadiers don't want that fight, especially not at that range. Yeah, those M1 Garands ripped into them. Now the Americans are gonna go for the killing blow. Going up and flash it. But that's not gonna work. They get mowed down in seconds.
We have lost a squad.
Fallschirm Pioneers are gonna do their best though. Germans do hold all 3 victory points at the moment, so they are gonna start taking into the American victory points. Also, we have some Airborne moving up. And then the direct line of fire of the Sturm Grenadiers, who actually can take on the Airborne pretty reliably at certain ranges. That's a Pineapple though. The Airborne do fall back. Pineapple did not do that much. We have a Jeep arriving in the center for the United States. Double Jeep actually. Interesting. Germans are holding up down here, forcing the Americans to pull back there briefly. While Pioneers call onto the battlefield.
Our brave infantry is dying.
I think the Germans are also suffering some losses here. Well, looks like they actually lost the Fallschirm Pioneers here because they pulled the riflemen inside the building. Well, now the Jeeps are just gonna gun down the Pioneers.
All sectors.
This Fallschirm Pioneers taking a long way back to retreat, which is smart. Not gonna get into a risky position. Minefield in the center, keeping the Americans off. We have a Volks Grenadier moving up to hold the front line. Waffen-SS with the Volkssturm is taking in up here. But the US Airborne is gonna have a little bit of a harder time here. The Jeeps are certainly moving around, being a little bit of a nuisance here for the Germans, I think. But Executor doesn't really have a lot of infantry. Just relying mostly on this Jeep and a recon team, apparently. Trying to do long-range firefight with a recon team. Huh. Not sure that'll work, but I like the enthusiasm for it. Oh, they're gonna surround with the Jeeps here. Very cheeky. Folks Grenadiers getting behind the buses here. They managed to get the gun off one. And takes out the crew of one. Get a one flash just in case, I suppose. If they can take the other one though, that will definitely work. Do their best with the Canadians killing the gunner, that's a big thing. And my voice is just all over the place. It's also been so hot recently. Oh! You have a Stabsfeld vehicle called in here. They arrive from this building? Probably that building. Ah, and they're gonna set up a Fallschirmjäger camp down here at the edge of the map. That's gonna be interesting to see. Perhaps we're going to see someone actually use the Fallschirmjägers on a flank on a wide map like this. It can be very potent like that after all. Got an MD42 coming up here for the Panzer Division. Probably to hold down the center. Mthis is moving up with an HQ vehicle. There's a lack of troops at the moment, so the Airborne could actually secure the industrial complex if they want to go for it. It's even been into a retreat point. So it looks like the Luftwaffe is going to operate from this part down here, which is not a bad idea in all honesty. That's something the Americans would be prepared for, I think. At least not immediately. It does deny the fuel for now. Rifleman in trouble here with against the Volksgrenadier. Grenadiers actually get some pretty decent shots here with their rifles alongside the Pioneer. They have another Jeep coming up, but that's an MG42 now. Which the Jeep does not want to fight. Because stuff like that happens. There's some American medics nearby here. Using their pistols and carbines. But the Germans all got mowed down there quickly. The Germans could get this point, they would actually be able to get enough... they would actually be able to get both fuel incomes, which would definitely help them. Artillery going in here in the building. Doesn't look like it did enough. It does for the Americans out. Might allow this Grenadier to get inside. Oh, we have a demo team, but they don't get there in time. And now the Grenadiers can just mow into them. Beanie Grenade going out though. Grenadier Starcher. And that's probably that demo team. Yep, they get him. Very barely though. Lots of Weber trying to take the point, but can't. There's just too much fire on him. I actually see them having a forward camp though. Will be, no, he does not get away. They can get Fallschirm troops now, and they are indeed getting the Feuertruppe of the Fallschirmjägers. So we are going to have Green Devils on the flank here. One of first is keeping the Volkssturm at bay here. Being on with BARs. Definitely a very good upgrade for the fire team. Oh, we're also going to see an Airborne camp up here. Not really at the edge of the map though, but still a pretty decent position. Well, Pioneers go inside the building here and flank the machine gun somehow. Not sure what happened there, but looks like it worked out for the Luftwaffe. Oh, and they're actually stealing the machine gun. Looks like they can make use of it. Here we have the first Fallschirmjägers in the field from the camp. Really damn good infantry, probably some of the best infantry in the game, I'd say, especially with the FT-42s. The Americans in the center are not really doing a lot. Executors relying more on being support for his allies and using the demo teams behind enemy flanks, which could work. This seems to be working there, but that grenade almost killed them. They take out that MG8. Almost. He actually gets him. Holy shit. Good job with that demo guy. Rifle grenade on the Jeep, misses. Hoping the demo team can keep that fire up, but the American Airborne is pushing upwards. And that Fort HQ is in trouble. That's a lot of Airborne. We have some American riflemen heading southwards. Luftwaffe is going to try and move to interceptor behind cover here. Being armed with... what are they armed with? Oh, fragmentation grenades. Never mind. Not a new weapon. You have more American vehicles coming out as well. Crowd mow alongside the Stuart tank. That'll likely be a problem even for the Fallschirmjägers. We have a second Fallschirmjäger squad also coming out. The Germans are relying a lot on that camp there, which is good to see. But the US Airborne have control of the northern victory point now. Crowd mow showing itself. Who do the Fallschirmjägers going to try and go out of that? And he has actually managed to damage the quad. Going out, but the Luftwaffe is being mowed down there by the BARs. Don't think they'll make it. Alright. Pioneers also on the flank here being mowed down. Oh, Fallschirmjägers got killed. That's a huge loss. Oh, there's an MT-42 team here. Because the Luftwaffe can get like a mobile Fallschirmjäger team with a mobile machine gun that they're pretty decent at using. Oh, we have a Kugelwagen up here to try and suppress the Airborne. Hawks are moving up. We don't have a lot of elite infantry left for the Waffen-SS. Relying mostly on militia now. Being actually suppressed by the BARs. Retreating just over here, but they are just going to get mowed down. Yep. Oh, we have the Coils rifles as well. That'll definitely help chip down that Fort HQ. Don't think the Waffen-SS want to maintain the fight there. You know, the Panzer Division is doing its best here to hold up the center. Fighting against Ranger infantry. Ooh, that side just burned up. Rangers probably want to evac, but too late. Put the Steward down here now.
They got wiped out.
Luftwaffe is not in the best position against the Steward at the moment. It's also a 50 caliber Jeep, just to be sure. Or they're trying to destroy the sandbags. I just took a cheeky shot, anyway. Because Airborne is dropping in some stuff on the northern flank. Oh, it's the support group coming in. A little bit of a risky landing, though. It looks like it might work. Yeah, no one died in the drop. Okay. I suppose that area is clean enough. That's a lot of US Airborne on the field all of a sudden. Paratroopers. Paratroopers everywhere.
Our opponents are seizing
And the Panzer Division is still holding up the center here. Not a lot has changed. That Fort HQ is going to try and destroy itself. But be fast enough though before the recoilless rifle hits it. Looks like it is. It does take out the cover though of the Fogstorm with them. So I think those Fogstorm might want to retreat. That's deny the building at least, I guess. That was actually a big explosion from the self-destruct, so did deny that at least. Germans are securing the munitions point here, they definitely needed that. Probably also snatched this other munitions point if they wanted to go for it. But we do have a Steward on the flank here and more Rangers on the field as well. I don't think they have an idea that the Luftwaffe is hiding down here. They're being very, very sneaky. They're getting Raketenwerfer as well. Oh, they're all coming out. Oh, they know they're down here. They know. They want to try to hunt them out. They spotted the camp. There's too much firepower there. But they do take out the Steward. But the camp is down in trouble, especially with Raketenwerfer being deep through like that. Machine gun setting up though, which could be enough to deny those Americans. Machine gun cannot see them from an angle. And the Americans are slowly just shooting down the camp. The machine guns are ripping into the United States. I think they might actually have just saved the camp by doing this. Yeah, so the Luftwaffe is still operating down here. Getting some more pioneers up on the flank here. Like it's spotted by the demo team, I think. There are no more pioneers are heading down there.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Ooh, Pineapple going out towards the machine gun. Actually, it's going towards the pioneers. And they mowed them down with the grease guns. Machine gun is relocating. Pioneers going down here. You have another fire trooper coming out. We have some firefights going on out here still. Storm gun is moving up, but that's going to be against Airborne, which you don't want to just march up towards. Airborne are very accurate. MQ-8 also present. Airborne went behind the building here. You could easily just swap around and kill the machine gun team quickly. Germans still holding up down here. They even have some more Fallschirmjägers ready. They don't have enough munitions for a Panzerfaust though. But the crowd most decide not to fight yet. It's probably because they realize that there's a potential Panzerwerfer. A Kettenwerfer, I mean. Germans do hold both munitions points, but will certainly help. Even on the northern flank here. Looks like Execute is just going mostly support. Oh, that was a grenade. Oh, their own grenade hit the building! Oh, that sucks. Oh, there's a legal mine. Very cheeky. There are half coming down here as well. Yeah, the Fallschirmjägers are not going to give up this ground that easily. That's a Gebada Ladno. And it is tying up some Americans to just stay down here. But the Americans do hold 2 victory points at the moment, so they are in no rush. Germans still need to be the ones on the offensive. Pineapple grenade. Not gonna do much, I think. Ooh, that's not. This is the Panzer wants to be in. Touches that grenade though. Ooh, and they clear out the Raketenwerfer. The Fallschirmjäger is gonna slowly kill them off there. We also have the machine gun waiting down here. Oh, very cheeky. A lot of maneuvering from both players. They're being very slow and methodical here. In the northern flank, the Mthis is still having some issues. Looks like the Airborne is just digging in further and further. Fallschirmjäger's trying to get in a better angle. Incendiary armor piercing on the half track. Looks like it's doing enough. Meanwhile, the Fallschirmjäger is having a long range firefight there. We have a Panzer IV F1 gonna be coming out for the Luftwaffe. And half track taken out by the incendiary armor piercing bullets. Very nice. Volkssturm just being healed up there. Luftwaffe is taking in further. Lots of Luftwaffe troops, including Luftwaffe Mortar, not Luftwaffe. I'm speaking German now. I should not be doing that. That's US United States Airborne, not the Fallschirmjägers. Anyway, Airborne mortars. And lots of Airborne infantry just digging in. I don't know why I just keep thinking about the Paratroopers. I guess they're just both Paratroopers. It's just very hard for me to think about. I have to switch between all those names. And the fact I'm out of practice. My brain hurts. I'm tired. I've been working in my internship all day. I just got home. Cut me some slack. Look at all these United States Airborne. And more is hitting these static buildings for some reason. Very, very awkward. But I think some shells will start hitting. Panzer Division still holding there. We do have another Stuart coming down here. I don't think the Fallschirmjägers can hold this. They'll have to be very tricky with their positioning. Might be able to take out this thing. They act quick. And they do. Stuart down. And going a still hand granate. I believe be enough. That's a lot of United States troops. They do have the cover there. But they have their lack of weapons. They're just using Kar-98s, and the squad leader has named before the Sturmgewehr actually. But they just get mowed down rapidly now by the United States Rangers. And that's a lot of firepower. And that's the Fallschirmjägers dead. Including their camp. Very interesting positioning and fight. Lots of anti-tank weapons being handed out to the Airborne. Although I don't think we're gonna be facing a lot of vehicles, they will be facing a lot of vehicles up here at the moment. Volkssturm are gonna try and do a push up here, but Volkssturm are gonna be suppressed pretty easily out in the open. Oh, they are gonna get close here, but there's another machine gun there. Executors just spread machine guns across the entire front line to supplement their allies. Pretty good move, I suppose, in the team game, and it's not like there's a lot of action going on in the center. Germans will not be pressing them. We have a Panzer IV arriving here for the Panzer Division. Because the F1 down here actually did some work. Goes with a 221 coming out to the field.
Scout car has arrived.
We're having a 222 immediately, no surprise there. Well, United States have also booby-trapped this place with a demo charge. Ooh, they're thinking ahead, aren't they? Of course, you can't just be a cheeky little support team if you're playing on a bigger map and such. Nothing wrong with being a support player in team games, but sometimes it's just good to have infantry to help show up the front line. Great assault here from the Airborne. NGO8 might be NGO8 cleared. But Sturmgrenadiers do have the Volkssturmgewehr. Oh, good! Recoilless rifles job though. Just the squad, but they have more Airborne coming up behind. You have some more Volkssturmgewehr armed Sturmgrenadiers here. Flamethrower half-track also arriving, but that's not gonna work well against all these AT weapons, I think. Panzer IV pushing up here alongside the Grenadiers. They might go for a cutoff. They can just keep pushing up here with no resistance. MG is getting shots in though. And the building has a very good positioning there. Another Stuart moving down here in the southern flank. The 221 got cleared. F1 is gonna have to work overtime.
Our industry grows to support us.
Once they got the Bazooka team first. Actually changing focus on the Stuart. And neither side's gonna have a good time penetrating each other here. especially at the longest range. Oh, we have another Stalemate vehicle, and they've set up another camp. So I guess the Luftwaffe is really going to just focus on fighting down here. Looks like the Panzer IV is still firing here. There's a lack of AT to stop it. And the flamethrower half-track is just waiting around. F1 is holding up. No penetration so far. As I've said before, HQ here. Oh, and there they go, they get it. One penetration is all the F1 needs. Now there's only the bazookas to deal with. Americans pushing up. They are lacking in a... Oh wait, one of them has a bazooka. Miss. F1 just keeps being mobile. A pretty long firefight we've going on down here. Stalemate will probably have to pull back to the camp soon. He's lost 2 of his retinue. Trying to call in artillery now. As the F1 leads the way. Loading a canister round. Oh, good shot! Just mowing down all those ranges because they were clumped up. That's a really good usage of the canister shot. That's actually going to force the United States to pull back. Because that's a lot of ranges lost in a short amount of time. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV-H is just pushing up in the center here. There's nothing to stop it at the moment. But the Foxstorm is still holding back the Airborne at the moment. They lost a flamethrower half-track somewhere. I missed that. Looks like it tried to drive up there. Obviously get around the flank. But Airborne mortars are also keeping them pinned. More Airborne airdropping in. We have lots of Airborne airdropping in today. Not one died in the jump. Can't happen after all. 50 Caliber Jeep is just shoring up the front line. Now the Airborne are in position. They do kill the gunner of the Jeep though. And destroy it. Will that be enough to save them? Probably not. It looks like they actually do make it. Never mind then. We have a Stug here, probably a good choice against all the infantry. Probably loaded with high explosives, I'd say. Artillery going in here under 4 HQ of the United States. With the Sherman A2 coming out. And they're trying to destroy the HQ, but it's not really going that easily. 40 is sent out to the Stabsfeldwebel. Still no more Fallschirmjägers. Oh wait, never mind. They're getting some Fallschirmjägers now. The Stabsfeldwebel might try to go for the point here, but he doesn't know it's been booby-trapped by this guy. Yeah, it's still booby-trapped. They could click there and destroy that Stabsfeldwebel in an instant. Let's see if it happens though. So they decide not to at the moment because it's just one squad, or they're just waiting for the right time. So far we do have the tank coming up again, F1. Point is in German hands, so that's definitely helping the Germans now. Stabsfeldwebel has been completely suppressed though. MG sitting up. Will he be able to get away? Looks like he will, barely. But here comes the Shermans. Now the F1 is in trouble. But we do have Panzer IV-H also coming for the Luftwaffe. Meanwhile, we have more AT guns coming from the northern flank as well. Central flank of the United States is starting to get Shermans though, so we'll see where they allocate them. If they spread them across the front or just work on their own to try and push up. Let's see. Lugan is trying to get up here, but the American Airborne is still holding on. Shooting with that captain here, actually. German also arriving here for the United States Airborne. Black attack trying to put some pressure here. A flag attack is pretty decent if it can hit. The problem is just it needs to hit. Like that. That was a good shot. Oh, like that too. But a bazooka might hit it, but misses. You know, the United States overrunning the point down here again. F1 relocating. Panzer IV H is on the field. Need to decide whether they want to utilize them though. The Americans definitely have the infantry advantage at the moment. By far. And they do have a lot of AT equipment on them at the moment, especially because their ranges with bazookas. About to them that way. T gets him from the Pioneer. Fallschirmjäger's behind this little alleyway. Hanging out with some FT-42s finally. Which will certainly improve their firepower tremendously, I believe. They did get suppressed though, which is not good. The Airborne is pushing on the northern flank. Mthis is being somewhat overrun, but good Brandflasche. Black attack goes down. Germans are pushing up now. There's a lack of German equipment to stop it. I think the Mthis might have put the HQs a little bit too close to the front, thinking they could somehow hold it. Oh, they only have one of them. Actually, the other one is back at the base, so that's not too bad. But the infantry one is a little bit too close here to the front line. Oh, good! Was that a recoilless rifle shot? That recoilless rifle that these folks then picked up from the ground has certainly helped. They're definitely gonna have issues dealing with this Sherman. Double Sherman down here against the H. H is gonna taken out. Now these Sherman's gonna go on a rampage. Germans are lacking stuff to fight it. I don't think an Ostwind is the right call when you're dealing with Shermans. And there might be a plan behind it, I just don't know it. But there's a lot of Shermans on the battlefield now. Stugi pushing up here with high explosives though. It's hitting all the wrong stuff though. Bazooka hits it in the front. It keeps hitting the terrain here. It's not really good. Not good at all. They need to get that thing repaired quick. Broadcasters from the Germans here to obscure. Germans are actually going to use that to fall backwards. Luftwaffe is not wasting any time. Okay, is being repaired here, nice and quick. Lots of American infantry pushing up against the steelworks here again. Forward camp is going to get overrun. Immediately. There we go, one shot from attack destroys it. Germans definitely feel like they're on the back foot here, but they're doing their best. Oh! Was that a telemine? Oh, Regal mines! The Germans have laid Regal mines for their retreat! Oh my god! That's genius. Very well played there from a Combine soldier. Oh, I think no, it did not destroy the giant silo, because I know some explosions can destroy these. It creates a huge explosion, by the way. But it's only graphical, it doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, they found one of the other Eagle mines. Very cheeky there from the Luftwaffe, I like it. Anyway, we have the Stugi moving up here again, but I don't think the Stugi is the best choice against the Sherman. I don't think the Germans can hold this for much longer. There's an M10 arriving. Yeah, Stugi with high explosives is not going to do much to his Sherman frontally. The Volkssturm is just going to get mowed down by machine guns. All that's... I'm not sure why it... Okay. Not sure why the Sherman retreated, because there's no way the Stugi can fight that easily. Panzer Force and Ostwind down here actually doing a pretty decent job. The Shermans were probably still forced back to repair. Ostwind is actually doing a decent job dealing with infantry formations. Now the Shermans are pushing forwards. F1 is in trouble, smoke popped. Abstract down. Panzer IV H is arriving. Taking a while. But if one is pulling back. Bazooka grabbed here off the ground for the Pioneers. They'll deal with the Sherman. And they take out the Sherman. Ostman got hit, but now there's an H. And the H will force the A2 to remain back a little bit. This H is probably the best variant you can get off the Panzer IV, which I think most German commanders get access to. Some get the J instead. I believe Leiter can get the G as well. If I remember all the names correctly, of course. M10 is now present, which will certainly help against any armor that might come this way. So G gonna be coming out for die Waffen-SS. We are seeing a full take-up here for the Panzer Division. We might see Tigers, or we might see Panthers, or King Tigers, potentially. Tiger Ace has arrived here for the Waffen-SS, though, which will certainly, if used correctly, probably help push back the Airborne. But the Airborne are quite well dug in at the moment. With lots of bazookas as well. Like, lots of rocket-based anti-tank equipment on them. Buggy is gonna take shots in again. Needs to be cautious though with the Sherman nearby. The Airborne force to make another push. Oh, it actually over-penetrated. That can happen. It's just a very low chance. And the Germans actually destroyed their own HQ with that recoilless rifle. That happens too, I suppose. The Airborne are actually suffering some issues here. Having quite a lot of losses as they try to push up. The M10 could take a shot here though. Needs to focus on the Stugi. Oh, got hit by an AT gun and then taken out. Here comes the Tiger Ace. Because of more Airborne dropping in as well, I think. Because these Airborne just keep dropping in. Like, they'll manage to have a safe fall. Oh, one of them died in the fall. Tiger Ace pushing up. Need to focus on the M10 first, I think. Needed this. Oh, he lost sight of it. It's been dazed. Oh, didn't penetrate. This Tiger is moving up a little bit far on its own. It might be flanked here by some bazookas. This did take out the AT gun though. And they're aiming to covering its rear at least. That Tiger's in trouble now. Doesn't penetrate with the bazooka there. Lucky. Tiger tanks can be resilient against certain weapons. And the Airborne do use the worst version of the bazooka, I think, compared to the Rangers one. So that's probably why it didn't penetrate. Lots more Shermans being prepared down here, and lots of American infantry as well. And fighting positions too. Germans are still losing victory points, I think, but it's a very slow drain. Tiger Ace is almost repaired already. We have no more armor coming out yet for the Panzer Division. We do have a Panzer II command tank. Just scooting about. We have a second Panzer IV arriving for the Luftwaffe, which I think will certainly help, with all these Shermans. That's a lot of AT guns too, man. The Americans are really just bunched up down here. Ranger Recon out as well. Tiger is taking shots in. Artillery. Actually, that is an airstrike being called in by the United States, and it's gonna be around here, I think, which will. Oh, they cancel it. Don't think you get a refund though for canceling it. Yeah, you don't. Oh, we have the French Airborne called in as well. We have a lot of paratroopers in the field today. Like, the French Airborne is like one of the Paratroopers you can get if you're playing as a US Airborne. You can also get the 82nd, All-American. But like, this is the French Airborne, which is a very good infiltration unit, actually. If they use like that. I'm not sure if these variations are trying. I suppose go for it. You just get mowed down, though.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Tiger Ace is taking shots at the main building here with a machine gun, which might soon be cleared out. And some force are preparing up here. But the Americans are just gathering up and waiting here themselves. There's an Alpha keeping eyes on the area. There's like a direct AT here. Most of the AT is just in the form of bazookas, which I don't think will be enough here. Especially not this version of the bazooka. Oh, good high explosive. Kills one of the Airborne squads entirely. But we do have an AT gun coming up here at 3-inch. Which could essentially threaten the Tiger Ace. Yeah, one penetration, didn't do a lot of damage though. It's the same gun as on the M10, I believe. This one up here. No push for the southern point yet. Both sides are just being very quiet and sneaky. We have a Rakettenwerfer arriving here. Double Panzer 4H though is prepared. We also have a Panther tank coming out here for Mr. Koala Bear, which is probably a decent choice. Panthers are actually a really good frontal armor. And are very fast. Sometimes people just go for the King Tiger or Tiger tanks, but the Panther is just superior in armor to the Tiger tank frontally anyway. But I was curious. And the King Tiger is just too costly. And not fast enough. The Panther is just a good overall tank in all aspects.
Frontier building has been lost.
Panzer 4H is out gathering up though. It looks like... Oh, the flag position got cleared out. Oh, by this 57. That's probably what happened. The French paratroopers. Where are the French paratroopers at the moment? So they're healing up again. Doomgrenadiers are trying to make a push slowly. Will they be able to make it though is the question. That's a lot of shots coming in their way. And explosions, and their cover is now gone. We have some light cover left, which is not enough. Not enough. And especially not with a mortar hitting them. And that's a that's Sturmgrenadier. Very costly losses here for the Waffen-SS with the Sturmgrenadiers. Ostwind also present now again. Lots of variety in equipment here, which is good to see. Trying to make a push here, but that's just a lot of American semi-automatic fire coming our way. Killing them, but the captain almost died as well. Munitions drops going in here for the Luftwaffe. One of the things they can do. Actually, I have a little bit of an encirclement set up here. They just need to pounce. The Americans are too bunched up, I think. Panthers on the field now. Will certainly be a problem for the United States to deal with. It misses the Jeep though, because the Jeep is a very small target, technically. There we go, machine gun clears it out though. The Germans just need to push the Americans off the northern point here. That's gonna be a lot of effort to do, I think. Because the bazookas could potentially just surround the Panther. You have a jumbo tank coming up for one of the Ranger players. The Sherman Jumbo is very potent, probably the most heavily armored tank the United States have access to, even more armored than the Pershing. I'd say it's probably a better assault tank than the Pershing is because of that. Because the Pershing has the advantage of a 90mm gun, the Jumbo does not have that. So big American infantry push on the southern flank here. Straight into a machine gun. The machine gun basically suppresses them all out in the open. Probably focus on the Rangers, but they decide to just fall back entirely. Tiger is making the push up here. We'll have the Panther to support. The Tiger certainly has the killing power, but the Panther can support a lot on the flank here. Oh, so we have the incendiary shot over shot. H-gun got a penetration there on the Tiger tank. Gotta force it back somewhat. But the Panther will hold on here with his frontal armor. Oh, we have the M10 getting a good penetration there on the Tiger. Injuring the driver. Certainly a problem. Panther decides to fall back after a little bit of damage. Tiger is still trying to hold on. Oh, another penetration shot. But a Tiger looks like it might get away. Very risky for that M10 to push up like that. Oh, that's lucky. If the Tiger standing still to shoot it. If the Tiger just stood still and shot, it would have killed an M10 long ago. And we'll get the Panzer Force pushing on the southern flank, trying to overrun the American position, but now the jumbo reveals itself. It's the Panzer 4H cannon. Oh, never mind, it penetrated. Never mind. I guess even the jumbo is susceptible to the might of the Panzer 4H. Lots of our German tanks have been destroyed though recently. Panther's repaired fully. There was really not much that needed to be done with it anyway. Americans are just focusing a lot on the north and south here. They're not really focusing on the center at all. Could it mean like an intrepid German push could just go through and surround one of them? Should certainly be an option. But I don't think any of the German commanders here have access to close the pockets. Which could completely change the face of the battle, by the way. If used at the right time and correctly. Looks like we just have lots of Volkssturmgewehrs being handed out to the Sturmgrenadiers. Guess someone likes Sturmgewehrs. Even if they are Volkssturmgewehrs. I don't think they are statistically any different. Although I don't know it for certain, so. It's just a cheaper and quicker to produce a variant of the Sturmgewehr, so to speak. Also with a lot more flaws, I believe. Panther's doing his best here. Major from the Airborne and the French Airborne also present. Germans are still losing their victory points slowly. Americans overrun the southern point. This Panzer 4H has to get out of there. Because that's a lot of Zooks. This has to drive forward instead. Ooh, bazooka didn't hit it. All those trees are covering it. Smoke round being loaded. Will there be enough to help this Panzer 4 get away? Trying to blitz away. Oh, one bazooka hits! And the Austrian gets shots in. And we also have a machine gun to cover the retreat. Bazooka misses. Oh, will the Panzer 4H make it? A2 also trying to go in for the kill. Oh, it misses! Oh, that's huge. And looks like this Panzer 4H does make it out of there. Now the MG team is in trouble though. There we have the Panther fighting up here. Trying to keep the Americans at bay. But the Germans do actually have taken the victory point. Okay. The Germans have stopped the bleeding for now. Pioneer with bazooka takes out the Sherman down there. Light infantry gun and light infantry gun. Yeah, so the Germans are getting a little bit more of a mixed equipment now. Good to see. I guess moving up to keep an eye on the point. That's a lot of big guns pointed in that little area. Oh, excuse me, I just coughed and yawned there. I felt like I needed to do that. More Sturmgrenadiers moving up though. Are they getting Sturm? Oh, we're getting MP... Oh, this is a Stormtrooper. Sturmgewehrs and MP4 is being handed to them, and then some more Volkssturmgewehrs for the Sturmgrenadiers. Volkssturm are trying to crawl there, but they can't, there's just too much fire. Panther and Tiger is slowly creeping forwards. There's a lack of stuff here mostly to fight these things frontally. But the Americans have stopped the Germans from having the point for now. But if the Germans can push up to secure this point, they could certainly put the Americans in the back foot, I feel. But if they're gonna start taking shots. Putting another shell. And firing it. There we go. Nice little animation that we can see the open and the old shield flies out. Just a lot of nice little details like that. Oh, Rangers pushing up in this Panzer Voyage. Bazooka misses. Oh, King Tiger coming up for the Wehrmacht. Okay, so we are actually going to see a King Tiger as well. The question is what the Panzer Division will do with the King Tiger of all things. Americans still trying to secure this point up here. There's a lack of stuff to stop this Panther. Bazooka is definitely going to try. Doesn't hit. One hits and injures the driver. One more bazookas. Oh, and one penetrates and kills them! That was a critical hit, I think. I guess even the critical hits with the bazookas can do stuff. Lots of MP40 and MP3008s also arriving. Lots of submachine guns here for the Mthis. Almost killed all those airborne. There we get some move for those Storm Pioneers. Americans still all bunched up down here. Lots and lots of Amerikaner. Light infantry guns just taking shots at it still. They're only getting kills by doing this. Yes, they are very bunched up, so there's a higher chance you hit stuff. Germans and the 6 is present there. Trying to threaten this point, but it's a Panzerwerfer here. Raketenwerfer, I mean. This is the second shot. So the Germans are just gearing up to hold the front line and hold 2 victory points as long as they can. This is the more important part at the moment, because if you can just have victory points, you will win a victory point game, obviously. That's a lot of mortars though from the Wehrmacht that's arriving now to shell out the Airborne. Lots and lots of Granatwerfers. And look how much damage they're just doing to all the American front line. Airborne have lost a lot of their units. I'm not sure what that major is doing.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
This Rangers on the southern flank is definitely having a harder time too.
Armor here.
Panzer Voyage trying to push up here against the 76. German team got hit and got mowed down by the Fallschirmjäger.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Oh, also we have a jumbo that penetrated the Panzer Voyage here. The Luftwaffe is still holding strong on the southern flank. Might see the King Tiger here. Yep, there's the King Tiger. I just wonder where it will be deployed. Tiger is still around here for the Waffen-SS on the northern flank. Oh, Scott's trying to hit the 40 HQ, isn't it? Because the Germans all bunched up there. The Tiger is just going to get around that destroyed building. Is that Scott's in trouble? That's Scott, rather. Americans still all bunched up here. Like for them, there's a lack of good German artillery down here at the moment. They only have the light infantry gun and 1 mortar. I think the Panzer Division might have gone a little bit overboard with all the mortars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them on 1 player. That's a lot of mortar fire. It seems like it is working somewhat. Because they're certainly able to just shell the Americans out. Even the American mortar... That's not counter-barraging. I just thought it was counter-barraging because that's simple. Even the American mortar is having trouble keeping up, I think. King Tiger is probably preparing for northward push by the looks of it. For the Tiger race. So down here we have a Jeep moving up towards an Ostwind. Not gonna work. Lots of Shermans being prepared here, including a Jumbo. And more American infantry as well. All blocked up for a move. Two miners moving up here, but they might get mowed down. Actually, they're doing great. Assault for the center point, for the north point, I mean. With does prevent the Americans from taking it. Now, do the Americans have anything that can stop a King Tiger frontally? I don't think so. Not even those bazookas, I think, can pierce the front of this thing. King Tiger has some pretty high frontal armor, by the way. I think only the Jagdtiger and possibly the Elephant has more frontal armor than the King Tiger. For AT gun down here. Being cleared out by the Pioneers Gebaldeladnung. Good to see. Gives a push for an open point now. Tiger is leading the way. While the Grenadiers move ahead to capture the points. That's the Sherman. Yeah, there we go. That's the power of the 88.
We just lost a medium tank.
Oh, but the Grenadiers did get pinned, so they cannot actually capture the point while they're pinned. But by being next to the tank will prevent them from being pinned. Oh, Bazooka hits the Tiger Ace. Tiger Ace does not have that impressive armor for this point in the war, by the way, so the Bazooka can actually do pretty decent. Oh, the second one did not penetrate though. M10 is gonna go for a kill. M10 doing his gun. Oh, look, lost sight of it though. Just Lieutenant just walking into the point. From that the wisest move.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
M10 is gonna die here, I think. He got dazed by a mortar shell and taken out there by the Tiger Ace.
Battalion just released a major for action. Armor ready.
All the Stormtroopers are in trouble. But the Germans do have the northern point now. Machine guns going on the Stormtroopers in retreat. Kinda expected that would happen. Yeah, the airstrike being held by the Staff still able, but there's a lot of Shermans. Okay, infantry still moving through it though. They start to pull back now after realizing what's about to happen. And ooh, minimal losses at least. Number decides it does want to fight against the Kettenwerfer and pulls back. Tiger Ace is moving somewhere else. King Tiger, I mean. I guess the Tiger Ace is still up here just to keep an eye on the point. Or Airborne being airdropped in. We have lots of American paratroopers just being airdropped in here today. Major in the center just being cut down by the machine gun. Probably didn't think there would be a lot of Germans there, but the Germans have been digging in here to secure. The Americans just don't overrun it. The Germans could easily just attack the center here and overrun it, I think. Like make a good wedge here in the American lines. US Airborne's going to try and fight against the Tiger Ace here. Didn't get close enough. I think all the German infantry decided to retreat though. Yeah, it's not the easiest tank to fight frontally. A Tiger tank with just infantry. Bazooka did try to get a flanking shot there, but didn't penetrate. That kind of stuff does happen after all. King Tiger's moving to the southern flank. Oh! They want to take out all the Shermans down here. Because it does make sense, but if the Shermans do, they could probably have bounced it right there. Oh, that was the tactical map, my bad. Ooh, don't know, it's there, I think. Germans relocating to make a push down here. Luftwaffe is still trying to push up slowly along the edge of the map. Sherman 76 getting a shot in. Oh, bazooka from the Pioneers managed to penetrate. They are using the improved bazooka, by the way. See by the small shield and lightning symbol there on the bazooka. Oh, Panzer 8 is being very aggressive. Right into a bazooka. Oh, King Tiger is being flanked. It is supported by Panzer 4H. And only one small penetration occurred. King Tiger needs to turn his front towards the enemy. Then it wants to show its ass. For some reason. I guess it's very proud of its thickness. Oh, and looks like one of the players dropped. Looks like the United States Airborne player dropped. Kuta. Yeah, pretty fight in the match though, so I think I'm gonna forgive that. It's been a pretty long and very interesting match so far. Now with an AI taking over though, the AI is gonna get a lot more things to work with. Looks like the Airborne just decided to call it quits. Something. Because they didn't think they could fight anymore, something else, I don't know. We'll focus on the action down here for now. Attacker has to pull back for some repairs. Command Stroke is being hit by a lot of shells. Command Stroke taken out though. Has to repair the King Tiger as it keeps showing its thickness to assert supremacy. Like, look how thick that King Tiger is. Panzer IV causing havoc in the rear lines. German misses, apparently. Oh, got penetrated there. That was a critical hit, no less. That's not good for the Panzer IV. Looks like it might manage to pull back. Barely. Oh, that's not good. They know where it is. But they did. On the Panzer IV is present, and the King Tiger is ready to fight again. Germans push forward here greedily. German 76 is ripping into the Germans. Because the Americans are able to push up here to secure the northern point though. And the Airborne AI will cheat and get a lot more units out than they should be able to. Like, they are Airborne right now and getting the EC8 as an example, which normally the US Airborne would not get access to. AI can get units that normally they would not be able to get. King Tiger's on the march. Just to hunt down all the Americans present. And the Germans know they can win a fight. Excuse me. They can win a fight friendly like that against the King Tiger. They do have one jumbo here, but even the jumbo's gonna have trouble against an 88. So the Panther died. I think I saw that somewhere. Did I miss that entirely? Oh, the German 76 getting penetration there on the Panzer IV. And gets taken out. And the Fallschirmjäger is moving a little bit too far ahead there. And the Panzer Faust and destroying one Sherman. Very risk maneuver. Americans also trying to secure the center here. But Germans are keeping an eye on it still. Dealing with those mines. King Tiger's on the move slowly. Taking out each of the fighting positions machine gun turrets. Machine gunners, rather. Yeah, the King Tiger's definitely proving itself here, as it should. Americans are slowly being pushed back inch by inch. Germans have been dazed here by all the fire. And this Panzer IV is doing a good manual fire through the terrain. Germans doing a push for the northern point now. Tiger is alongside them, but there's a lack of stuff to stop all these Sturm Grenadiers with their Volkssturmgewehrs. Working out pretty damn well for them. Throwing a grenade there, evidently. The half-track and Jeep now trying to make their way up here. Americans are definitely having some trouble here. And more players are dropping. Okay, so this seems like it might be the end. Someone called player dropping. Yeah, that was the guy down here, the Ranger. Yeah, so this is like basically the end of it. We'll speed up time. Yeah, King Tiger taking over the front line in the center. Then one allied player left, the Executor player. Yeah, I think we can basically call this a German victory. I think we can easily say that. at this point. You don't want to watch like more minutes of just an AI fighting. And the Germans just overran the front line. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this industrial match. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.